European camper looks tiny on the outside, but what's hidden inside feels almost impossible for something this size. The second you step in, you're hit with luxury lighting, a stunning modern kitchen, a hotel-style bedroom, and one feature most apartments don't even have. And somehow, this entire setup fits inside a compact camper you can drive almost anywhere. So, before you judge it by the outside, wait until you see what's inside. This European camper looks tiny on the outside, but once you stand beside it, you realize this thing was engineered completely differently from most motorhomes on the road today. At around 6.9 meters long, roughly 2.3 meters wide, and just under 3 meters tall, it somehow manages to hide the kind of luxury interior you'd expect inside a modern apartment or boutique hotel suite. And honestly, that's what makes this camper so hard to ignore. From the very first angle, the exterior already feels expensive. The aerodynamic front design, the sharp LED lighting, the sleek body lines, the integrated awning, everything about it feels clean, premium, and intentionally designed. But then you notice something most campers completely get wrong. This one actually looks modern. Most motorhomes still look bulky and outdated. This doesn't. It feels futuristic without trying too hard, and because it's likely built on a Fiat Ducato-style European chassis with a 2.2-liter turbo diesel engine producing somewhere between 140 and 180 horsepower and around 350 to 450 newton-meters of torque, it's also surprisingly practical to drive. And that's important because despite weighing roughly 3,500 to 4,250 kilograms fully loaded, this camper still feels compact enough to take almost anywhere. Tight mountain roads, city streets, hidden campsites, places where massive RVs instantly become stressful. But honestly, the exterior is only setting you up for what happens next. Because the second that door opens, the entire atmosphere changes. And no, it's not just the size that surprises you, it's the feeling. The warm ambient LED lighting immediately makes this place feel more like a luxury apartment than a camper. Soft lighting runs throughout the ceiling, under the cabinets, and around the living space, creating this premium hotel-style atmosphere that most RVs never even come close to achieving. And then your eyes move toward the front lounge area, and somehow it feels far bigger than a vehicle this size should allow. The swivel captain chairs instantly become part of the living room. The oversized windows flood the cabin with natural light, and the skylight above completely changes the sense of space. Honestly, if someone blindfolded you and placed you inside this camper, you'd probably never guess you were sitting inside something under 7 meters long. But then you start noticing the details, the soft textures, the clean cabinetry, the hidden lighting, the perfectly integrated storage. Everything feels intentional. And that's the difference between a normal camper and a luxury European motorhome like this. It's not about making the vehicle bigger, it's about making every centimeter smarter. Now wait until you see the kitchen, because this section genuinely changes the entire vibe of the camper. At first glance, it already looks premium. You've got a modern multi-burner gas cooktop, a deep stainless steel sink, beautiful countertops, soft close cabinetry, and enough storage space to comfortably handle long-term travel. But what really stands out is how residential everything feels. Nothing looks overly RV-like. Even the lighting underneath the cabinets gives the kitchen this upscale apartment feeling. And honestly, the layout itself is genius because despite the camper being only around 2.3 meters wide, the kitchen never feels cramped. But hidden throughout this interior is something most viewers probably won't expect from a camper this compact: the amount of storage. Seriously, every section seems to hide another cabinet, another compartment, another clever use of space. Overhead, storage runs almost the entire length of the camper without making the ceiling feel low. And in the rear section, there's likely a massive garage storage area hidden underneath the bedroom. And that completely changes what this camper can actually do. Bikes, luggage, outdoor equipment, camping furniture. This thing is designed for real travel, not just weekend camping trips. Now, speaking of the rear section, this is where the camper goes from impressive to genuinely luxurious. Because the bedroom feels almost unreal for something this size. The island-style bed instantly becomes the visual centerpiece of the entire rear layout. You've got warm reading lights, soft padded surfaces, overhead cabinetry, side windows, and enough surrounding space that it actually feels comfortable instead of cramped. But here's what makes this bedroom so smart. Most campers focus on maximizing sleeping capacity. This one focuses on maximizing comfort. And, psychologically, that changes everything. This doesn't feel like camping. It feels like traveling with your own private luxury suite. And then, there's one feature most people never expect to see done this well inside a compact European camper: the bathroom. Somehow, the designers managed to fit a fully functional washroom setup in here without making it feel claustrophobic. There's a modern cassette toilet system, a clean vanity setup, integrated storage, and what appears to be a separate shower area with proper waterproof finishes. Again, the lighting completely transforms the experience. Because luxury isn't always about massive space. Sometimes it's about smart design. And honestly, this camper understands that better than most. But the surprises still aren't over yet. Step into the cockpit, and suddenly it feels less like a motorhome and more like a premium SUV. The dashboard setup looks modern, driver-focused, and surprisingly high-tech, with a large infotainment display, ergonomic controls, smartphone integration, and comfortable captain seating designed for long-distance touring. And because the camper remains under 7 meters long, it's dramatically easier to drive than those giant oversized motorhomes that intimidate most people immediately. That's honestly why this style of European camper is becoming so popular right now. You get luxury living, modern design, full functionality, better fuel economy, and real-world drivability without needing a bus-sized RV. And then there's the off-grid capability. From the roof alone, you can already spot the solar panel setup, which likely works alongside onboard leisure batteries, smart power systems, freshwater tanks holding around 100 to 130 liters, and dedicated waste tanks designed for extended travel. Which means this isn't just a beautiful camper. You could genuinely live in this thing. Wake up beside mountains, park beside a lake, travel across entire countries, and still come back every night to something that feels warm, modern, and comfortable. And maybe that's why campers like this are exploding in popularity online right now. People are becoming obsessed with compact luxury living, tiny homes, van life, smart apartments. And this camper combines all of those ideas into one incredibly smart package. Because every section keeps doing the same thing. It completely changes your expectations. The exterior says compact, the interior says luxury apartment, and somehow both are true at the same time. Now obviously, a camper this premium isn't going to come cheap. Depending on the exact configuration, solar package, engine option, interior upgrades, and technology setup, campers like this typically land somewhere between around 85,000 to 130,000 euros. In US pricing, that's roughly between $95,000 and $145,000. And honestly, after seeing everything packed into a camper only around 6.9 meters long, that price suddenly starts making a lot more sense. Because this isn't just transportation anymore. It's a luxury apartment, a long-distance touring machine, and a fully functional tiny home, all hidden inside one beautifully designed European camper.